Hello and welcome to this lesson on personality, the type approach. So here where we are going to learn about type approach to personality, within which we are going to learn few theories which have been given according to this approach. Each category, as we all know, consists of certain patterns of behavior or certain characteristics, a pattern of certain characteristics which can be used to group people together. For instance, as we learned earlier, there are categories such as introvert and extrovert. So introvert includes a lot of psychological characteristics as well as behavioral characteristics, and similarly extrovert also includes psychological as well as behavioral characteristics. So type in a nutshell is a category, a broad category which includes psychological and behavioral characteristics according to which people can be put together or clubbed together. The theories we are going to cover in this lesson are given by 1. Hippocrates, Sheldon, Kretschmer, Friedman and Charaka Samhita of Ayurveda. Let us start with the theory of personality given by Hippocrates. Hippocrates was an ancient Greek physician who is now known as the father of medicine. So he has contributed greatly to the field of medicine. Interestingly, he is also considered to have given the first theory of personality. According to Hippocrates, personality can be divided into 4 types. And these 4 types are based on the kind of body fluids. Each personality type is characterized by specific behavioral features. The first type is sanguine, which is characterized by personality qualities such as cheerfulness, optimism, vigor, and confidence. So, people who are sanguine types, they are cheerful, optimistic, vigorous, and confident. The second type is choleric, which is characterized by a personality which is hot-tempered or a personality which is easily agitated. The third type is melancholic, which is characterized by a dull, depressed and withdrawn personality. So people who are melancholic are generally dull, they don't socialize much, they are withdrawn and they are depressed or low in spirits. Coming to the fourth category, which is phlegmatic, this is characterized by a personality which is slow moving, calm and unexcitable. So phlegmatic people are, according to Hippocrates, people high on a body fluid called phlegm belong to the phlegmatic type and they are slow moving, calm and unexcitable. So that's all about type theory given by Hippocrates. Now we'll shift our attention to the next type theory given by Sheldon. Sheldon characterized personality into 3 types. So according to Sheldon, there are 3 types of personalities which are endomorphic, mesomorphic and ectomorphic. Now according to Sheldon, each body type is characterized by certain bodily features and specific behavioral features. So we'll understand one by one. The first type is endomorphic. Endomorphic people or endomorphic type is characterized by a bodily structure which is fat, soft and round. And the behavioral characteristics which endomorphic people show are that they are relaxed and sociable. So endomorphs are fat, soft and round bodied people and they are generally relaxed and sociable when it comes to their psychological characteristics or behavior. Now coming to the second type, mesomorphic. Mesomorphic is characterized by a body structure which is strong and muscular, and people who have such body structure, according to Sheldon, are energetic and courageous. Coming to the third body type, ectomorphic. Ectomorphs are thin, long and fragile people. So their body structure is thin, long and fragile or weak, and their psychological characteristics are They are very brainy, artistic, and generally introvert in nature. Now coming to another type approach or another type theory given by Kreshmer. Kreshmer characterized personality types into four. So there are four kinds of personalities according to personality types according to Kreshmer. One is picnic, the other is asthenic, third is athletic, and fourth is dysplastic. So starting with picnic type, the picnic type of personality has a body structure which is heavy and fatty, a very strong heavy bodily structure, and the behavioral features of picnic type are that such people are extroverts or outgoing, friendly, and social. Coming to the second type, which is the asthenic type, such people have a body structure which is thin, small, and weak, and such asthenic types have behavioral features such as introversion. Introversion refers to feelings of shyness, a reserved attitude, not very social. So they don't want to talk to people, they don't mingle with others, and they are very comfortable within their own personal zones. Coming to the third type, which is the athletic type. Athletic type is characterized by a bodily structure which is muscular and which has large bones. And athletic types show behavioral features such as determinism, adventurousness, and a balanced attitude towards life. So, athletic people are very determined, very adventurous. They want to explore different facets of life, and they are very balanced in their approach. They are neither extroverts nor introverts. So, they are very balanced when it comes to social interaction. Coming to the fourth type, which is the dysplastic type. Dysplastic type is characterized by a bodily structure which is disproportionate and a psychological structure which is unstable. So, dysplastic people are basically suffering from lots of imbalances within their body physiology, and this imbalance also reflects in their unstable psychological characteristics. Coming to another approach given by Friedman. Friedman has given four types of personalities: type A, B, C, and D. Type A personalities are highly motivated, impatient, always in hurry, and find it difficult to relax. So they are always running after achieving something or the other. They're always short of time and they're always in a hurry. They are also susceptible to hypertension and coronary heart disease. Now, because their body system is too aroused, they're always aroused. They're always running after deadlines. They're always working on something or the other. They're always trying to achieve something or the other. So that makes their body over, active, and they are, because their body is overactive, there's a lot of pressure on their heart, and that is why they become susceptible to or prone to coronary heart diseases. And the third thing is that type A personality is also a very important risk factor for developing high blood pressure. In fact, this is one of the very important factors influencing one's tendency for high blood pressure. Now, coming to the second type or the type B personality, this is exactly the opposite of type A personalities. Type A personalities are always in a hurry, always achieving something, always trying to catch up with some or the other deadline, whereas type B personalities are very relaxed and easygoing, and they are exactly opposite of type A personalities. Coming to the third type, type C personalities. Type C personality type is characterized by a psychological nature which is cooperative, unassertive, and patient. Type B personalities are very cooperative. They are very compliant, means that they always like to go by what others say. If whatever the other person tells them, they always comply with it. They always give in to it. They cannot stand up for themselves. They are unassertive. They cannot assert themselves. They cannot say no. They cannot give their own viewpoint to others, and they are very patient. Now, because they are unassertive, they cannot speak up for themselves, they cannot stand up for themselves. What happens is that if they have negative emotions within them, they are not able to give vent to those emotions. They cannot express those negative emotions. It's very difficult for type C personalities to express anger, disgust, or annoyance with somebody. So they find it very hard, and what they do is that they suppress their negativity. If they are angry with someone, rather than giving an expression to their anger, rather than trying to devise ways to give expression to that anger, they will just suppress their anger, keep it within themselves. So they are prone to suppression of emotions, particularly negative emotions, and they are very compliant to authority. They Compliance means that they are very obedient in nature. So they obey the authority. They cannot say no, they cannot give their own viewpoint, and when it comes to authority, they are too compliant or they are too obedient. Coming to the fourth type, which is the type D type, this is the kind of personality which is susceptible to depression. Or these are the people who are very much dominated by feelings of dullness, feelings of worthlessness, feelings of doubts over their own self-worth. So they are more prone to developing depression. Coming to Charak Samhita of Ayurveda, this is one of the perspectives which the Eastern worldview has to offer to the world, or primarily the India has to offer to the world. Charak Samhita is a treatise, or it's a book written on Ayurveda. Charak Samhita talks of personality in terms of basic nature, and they call this basic nature as Prakriti. So there are three kinds of Prakritis or basic nature, which according to Charak Samhita, which are Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Now Vata, Pitta and Kapha are three different kinds of body fluids found in the bodies of human beings. It depends which of the body fluids is more dominant. The one which is more dominant in a person determines that person's basic nature or Prakriti. These body fluids are also known as Tridoshas in Charak Samhita. Another typology or another classification that Charak Samhita gives about personality is in the form of three qualities or gunas. These gunas are Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So Sattva is a guna or quality which is characterized by behavioral characteristics such as cleanliness, truthfulness, dutifulness, detachment and discipline. Rajas is characterized by desire for sense gratification, dissatisfaction, envy for others, and a materialistic mentality. Tamas, the third guna, is characterized by anger, arrogance, depression, laziness, and helplessness. Again, all three gunas are present in each one of us in different proportions. So, the one in whose body sattva gun, or the guna of sattva, or the quality of sattva or sattvic qualities are dominant, are more particular about cleanliness, truthfulness, dutifulness, detachment and discipline. So these are the personalities which are very pure in nature. They're very honest, they are very truthful, they are very conscious of what they do, so they are very dutiful. So this is all very pure and pious kind of qualities which we have within us. The second gun or the rajas guna is that guna or that quality within all of us which seeks sense gratification, or gratification of bodily needs. Such people who are dominated by the rajas gunas are also very dissatisfied. They have a lot of competitive tendencies within them, so they are very envious of others, and they are generally very achievement oriented and very the kind of people who want to own or possess materialistic things. So Rajas Guna is characterized by uh, pleasure, seeking satisfaction, seeking a lot of material goods from outside, envying others, competitiveness, and a very materialistic mentality. Coming to tamas, tamas is characterized by anger, arrogance, depression, laziness, helplessness. So, tamas is basically the dark parts within us, all the darkness which we have within us. So, tamas is all the darkness, sattva is all the brightness, and rajas is all the worldly things that are there within us. So it's very interesting to note that each one of us have all these three gunas within us. And let me tell you, all these three gunas are important, are needed for our survival. We will not be able to perform well in a competitive exam if we do not have the rajas gun within us. So all these three gunas have their role to play in our life, in the accomplishment of our life goals, which differ according to different stages of life. And according to Charaka Samhita, these three gunas determine the kind of personality you are. If the sattva guna in you is more dominating, you are more oriented towards being truthful, being dutiful, detached from others. You don't get into emotional attachment with others. If there is rajas guna dominance within you, you are more towards competition, getting good grades, acquiring lot of medals, awards, materialistic things, possessions. And if tamas is high, is dominant in you, then you are more prone towards not working on your goals. You become lazy, you have those feelings of helplessness, as if you are just helpless and at the mercy of others. You are very arrogant also. So this tamas is all darkness, tamas is all negativity within us, all the negative emotions, all the negative feelings, those are those belong to tamas within us. So that's all for today's lecture. These are the type theories that we have to do according to our syllabus. Please go through the video, read pages number 29, 30 and 31 in your book. This will clarify type approaches for you, particularly page 30 and 31. All the type approaches, not all, some of the type approaches are given on page number 30 and 31 in your textbook. Read that portion. In case of doubt, please come back. Thank you. All the best.